Play a song for me. I was just blessing Travis through the majesty of song.
You were blessing me or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd call it a blessing.
Well,
Maybe a curse.
Mama said I had a voice like an angel. Your
Your
mama
mama
probably told
lied.
you the same thing.
Your mom lied.
Yeah, my mom did lie. Yeah. Sweet Miss Betty. She could
Oh
tell.
man, Miss Betty is a wonderful, wonderful
She
lady.
is. She's a saint.
And I do believe there was
Saint.
one time that your mom watched the podcast and she liked it,
Yeah,
and then she shared it. And I believe your mom was a subscriber. And you should be like Travis's mom, Miss Betty. Um, Take me
you
and Travis to
should.
Branson. Take us to the Dixie Stampede, or just
That's
a
right.
Stampede now, and pay for everything.
Buy us tickets to the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Buy sticks to the Eagles. Be like Travis's mom. Buy stuff.
Yeah.
But also
And
more, and then also like, share,
share. That's
subscribe.
right. Now we got lots of good things to talk about today, Clint. And we got
Combine,
some negative stuff too.
baseball losses, blown out at Florida. And I hear there's talk of a statue.
Let's stop there. Let's listen to some Sean Michelle.
1, 2, 3, 4. You ever seen a lame man walk? Ever heard a dumb man talk? Ever seen a blind man see? I promise you a change is made. You ever seen a cancer dead? Ever seen all the poor get fed? Ever seen a prisoner set free? I promise you a change is made. Ever seen a broken heart made whole? Ever seen an orphan find a home? Ever seen the weak find the strength? I promise you a change is made. Ever seen the sick get healed? Ever seen a mystery revealed? Ever seen a death man raised? I promise you a change is made. Broken heart made whole. Never seen an orphan find a home. Never seen the weak find the strength.
What's up, everybody? It's time. It's time for the Hawg Slop podcast. I'm your boy, bigger T. Joined as always by my man, Big C, Clint Clark. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm fantastic. We're recording it a day late this week because,
Yeah.
my boss came down, and I was telling you about that earlier, and he offered to take me and the wife to dinner, so I couldn't turn that. Oh, I could have turned it down, but Demir Travis, either one looked like the type of guy that's going to turn down free dinner
Especially on the company credit card.
on the company card. So
Yeah.
anyway,
If it was
yeah,
Mickey D level, something like that,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
free
it was it,
podcast.
it was very nice. It was
Yeah.
lovely. But he was telling me, he's like, I'm going to be back down this way to watch the World Baseball Classic coming up, and
Mhm.
like America, like the good guys are playing. It ain't
Yeah.
like they're. I mean, like Skeens is
Yeah.
pitching, Cal Raleigh is
Aaron
playing,
Judge is playing. Yeah.
Aaron Judge, Kershaw he's retired. He's apparently playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, it is going to be fun. But the cool because they're doing it in Houston, which is 2 hours from where I live, and that's what's cool about living where I live. I'm 2 hours from San Antonio. Got to see David Spade a couple weeks ago. Then I'm 2 hours from Austin. There's fun stuff to do there. I haven't been since I moved here. I've been to Austin since beforehand,
Yeah.
but and then Houston's a couple hours away. And one of the things coming to Houston is the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I was telling my boss about that. I said, man, I thought I looked tickets to the World Cup. They're just too expensive. I said just to be out in it, to be out, and we've talked about it before, about the soccer hooligans and such,
Yeah,
and just be in that atmosphere. Because how many chances are we going to get to do that? You know,
yeah, yeah,
I mean, we're not getting any younger.
no,
No, we're just not.
yeah.
Um, so came up on my Facebook, on my Instagram today, like price drop. So I'm like, oh, a price drop.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued because there's a dollar figure I'm willing to pay just to be in the stadium,
yeah.
and it is less than $485, which
Oh
is what the price was dropped down to.
wow, man,
Trav,
that's a lot
out of
for a
here.
soccer match.
Yeah, what you've known me pretty well for a long time,
Yeah,
and I'm Tom Clark and Paul Clark are cheap,
yeah,
and I'm not that bad,
no,
but I'm still a little cheap.
yeah,
If you have one item for $1 and then one next to it 75 cents, and it's like a lesser name brand, I'm probably gonna get the 75-cent one. That's just me.
yeah, yeah.
What do you think I would pay for a ticket to just get
I'm
in
gonna
the?
say 250.
I'd probably pay 200.
Okay, I
I'd
was
probably
gonna
pay
say two. But I thought I'd.
Yeah, well, you see, you should have went with your first instinct. You
I
knew
should.
me better than you thought. So yeah,
Yeah, I should have went with the two.
yeah, yeah.
My
Two
first thought
hundred is
was two,
about
but I talked myself into 250.
yeah, 200 is about what I'd pay to get in there. And,
Yeah,
and honestly, I don't want to spend more than 100. Two would just be because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
yeah,
100 would be what I'd want to pay,
yeah.
but I'd spend two just just
No,
cause. And I'm
no,
not going to be able to see what's going on with that. It's just going to be
just
just
in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
just to be in there, just to be in the stadium.
people watching or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, just yeah. Then that's pretty much what it is. I could just go down there and walk around and just soak up the atmosphere and not have to sit through the soccer game.
yeah.
But
Might be
here's the
cool.
other problem, Travis. I'm super duper lazy.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
like I'm not gonna drive all the way. I mean, because
Yeah,
you got to go through Houston traffic.
yeah, that's
And
right.
have you ever driven through Houston, Travis?
I have. I've driven a 15 passenger van through Houston during rush hour.
Terrifying, wasn't it?
It was not fun. It was not
No, it
fun.
is not.
Not fun.
Listen, I've driven through Dallas. Dallas traffic's bad.
Yeah.
Driven through
Yeah,
Austin, San Antonio.
I've driven a bus through Dallas.
Yeah.
I've driven a bus through downtown Memphis. I've driven a bus through uh well, uh, well, I think Shreveport was.
Where's the scariest place you've ever driven? To me, it's Houston that I've personally driven, but
Yeah, that Houston trip was bad because I was on my way to Mexico and I was in a had 12 people in a it was a 15 passenger van,
yeah.
but we got our whole week's luggage. We took the back seat out. So there was
Okay.
only 11 seats for 12 people. So we were crammed in there, right? There were bench seats like it was
Yeah.
we actually rented a 15 passenger van. But but we had the all of our luggage was stacked to the ceiling, so I couldn't see through the regular rear view.
Oh my
I just
goodness.
had the side mirrors. And we're going to Houston and we went to an Astros game. So I wasn't just on the freeway.
Right. You had to
And,
get out in it.
and
Yeah.
then we stayed at a hotel after the Astros game just south of Houston. And I had to find it. And this was
So you had to get like the Sugarland area then probably.
and I was doing all that off of sheets of paper printed off of MapQuest.
Right.
That's how
Yeah.
long ago
No.
it was. It wasn't GPS.
Yeah. It was. Oh, yeah. That was old school day. Like it's
Yeah.
hard enough now with GPS.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had to do that like on sheets of paper, like how the world that me, you, Robert Branscombe, and Jake Alexander all figured out in my mom's van how to get to Cleveland, Ohio with a Rand McNally.
Yeah.
And trust me, and I was telling, I've got some employees that are, they're young, they're in their early 20s. And
Yeah.
I tell them, guys, you're so much further ahead than I was at 20 something.
Yeah.
I was dumb.
Yeah.
And the fa-
Well,
and you were my best friend. So what does that say about you?
exactly. We were on the same level, brother.
Same
Well,
level.
and also there, one of the hardest places I've ever driven through was when we went through Cincinnati on the way up.
Yeah,
Because
Cincinnati was.
we hit it during rush hour and it was raining, if you remember.
See, but you didn't think about that stuff back in the day. Do you think we were looking at weather forecast?
No,
No, I mean we weren't looking at
no,
weather
sir.
forecast. We were just going to Cleveland and the Natty.
Yeah,
Yeah. And dude, I remember we didn't want to go to Paramount. I didn't want to go to Paramount's King Island, and that was the most fun we had.
yeah, that was,
That was a blast. We
yeah.
had I had a good time that
All
trip.
right, Clint, we can relive
Uh,
stuff a long time. But
oh, sorry. Sorry, forget how
before
old
we
we're
get
getting.
into the sports talk, I do want to I'm not showing it right now, but you're showing we both have special shirts. I want to talk about my shirt.
You go ahead.
Talk about yours first.
This is the John Daly from the Tiger Woods meme. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, there.
Sweet.
Because I've said all the time, if you're talking about you want to introduce someone and say this guy's Arkansas,
That's right.
this guy's Arkansas, you're introducing them to John Daly. John Daly is Arkansas, and plus the meme's great. I mean, the Tiger Woods and you
Yeah.
got John Daly over there
Well,
smoking.
mine's not as goofy,
No,
but it says never quit and it says carry the flag. And I got this shirt. I post videos on all the social medias about my weight loss and exercise and motivational stuff and things like that. And a guy hit me up on Instagram. His name's Chris, and he's the founder of this company. And he wanted to send me, he was just like, "Hey man, love what you're doing," all that. And then I went to his website and I read about this, and I said, "I want a shirt," but he only went up to 2X. And he's like, "Man, I got a 3X. Someone I ordered for somebody and they ended up not following through." I said, "I want it." And so anyway, I bought it, got it, but it's called Carry the Flag. You can look him up on social media. He's a fireman,
okay,
and he's and the kind of the theme is kind of a sort of the carry the flag for the next generation. Kind of be the one to kind of the banner carrier. Be an example for others. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Check out Carry the Flag because Chris is a really cool guy and he's got a mission behind what he's trying to do. He's doing some stuff to raise money for fallen firefighters and
that's
things like that.
awesome.
He was a firefighter himself and things like that. So first responders and all that. Well, Clint, this weekend, let's talk about basketball first.
Let's talk about basketball. And I know we are coming fresh off, like literally recording like a couple minutes after it happened, a 20-point win against the hated Texas Longhorns. Um,
Let them hang, let them
Let them hang, but
hang.
unfortunately, sometimes you live by the blowout, sometimes you die by the blowout. And they
That's
may have
right.
won by the blowout tonight. They died by the blowout on Saturday.
That's right.
And
What do you
yeah,
think happened there, Clint? What would you say? Because look, you know, do we? How do we respond to that? Do we? Is the sky falling? Is this team
well,
not
I'm
as good
sure.
as we
I'm
think
sure if I
they
was listening to
are?
Drive Time Sports on Monday afternoon, the sky was falling. I'm sure if they were doing Buzz Graffiti, it was not complimentary
Yeah,
or whatever they call that on
Razorback graffiti. Yeah,
Razorback Graffiti on the Buzz. I'm sure it was not complimentary. It was not positive and was not upbeat. Um, you ran into a buzzsaw, man. You got. It happens.
yeah,
This is. I mean, John Calipari's like that's not my basketball team, and it is not. I mean, the basketball team played tonight, but yeah, I mean, you had Boogie Flan ready for revenge. You can't tell me Boogie Flan didn't have this one circled. By the way, Boogie looks better with the long dreads, in my
yeah.
opinion.
He does.
I just think he
Yeah,
does, but that's just Boogie. You do you. You got to look at yourself every day. I
it
look
was
at you.
kind of cool to see his face though. Seemed
Yeah,
smile, that stuff like that. That was
and
cool.
obviously, like, look, Boogie's. But who would you rather have running the point, Acuff or Boogie?
Oh,
I'd
thank
rather
you.
have Acuff. It just is what it is, and we understand where the decision was made. But
Well,
it
Clint,
was it was Go
Here's my
ahead.
reaction to the blowout. Okay, first of all, it wasn't too surprising because this team is beat up and tired. Okay, they've played some tough games. I think there's some of it was holdover from the Alabama game. Okay, even though they'd played a game in between there,
Yeah.
that was a rough game, man. Um, also, um, like you said, I mean, you're Florida's good. They're talented,
Florida's good, defending national champions.
and their strengths did not match well to our weaknesses for us. They were strong down low, and here's the truth. This team is going to go as far as our post defense will take us. And that is the huge gap, the huge weakness on this team. Our guards can play with anybody in the country. Our offense can play with anybody in the country. But Clint, our post defense, Brazil, Ewing, Pringle are not good post defenders. That's
No,
just the
your your
truth.
your your best post defender probably had knee surgery. And's out.
And it's Billy Richmond right now.
Yeah.
Billy
No,
Richmond did
if
better
there's
in the
if
post
there's
defending.
anything that you're like, oh my goodness, you know, um, it's Billy Richmond that's came on.
Yeah.
He's went from a he's went from a bench player, sixth man, seventh man type guy to maybe, I mean, had had he been playing this way all season, an all SEC type player. I mean, I ain't gonna say first or second team, but probably a third teamer.
Clint, here's the deal. I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Go ahead.
You ready for this? And no one's going to remember it, so no one's ever going to be able to prove me
I'll
wrong.
remember because I like to remind you when you're wrong.
Well, you may even forget this one.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Billy Richmond may have the best pro career out of any of the players on this team.
I just no,
I
no.
think the longest, and now I'm not going to say he's going to have the best stats. I'm not going to say he's going to lead a team. I think Acuff will have, be the guy with the most stats and things like that. But I think we're going to look down the road and 15 years later, and we're going to say Billy Richmond had a great pro career, similar to a Patrick Beverly player like that, except he's bigger than Patrick Beverly, but I think he's going to provide the same type of thing for the
Yeah.
team. He's going to provide toughness, he's going to provide motor, and NBA teams are going to love him. He's not
No,
going to score a ton, but he's going to do a lot of things that teams are going to keep him around.
and I think Brazil's going to have a heck of a pro career too. I really do.
If he can get past the mental stuff to where he's
Yeah,
playing all the time, and he's going to have to play that way. He's going to have to learn some post defense
yeah.
because the pros will destroy him.
By the way, I didn't see the entire altercation, but did you see Jalen Williams and the Joker about get into it in the
No, I
Joker's
didn't. I
eyes?
heard about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I just saw like the Joker's eyes looking at him like he looked like he was ready to kill
Yeah,
J Dub. He did, or J
yeah,
Will.
yeah,
He looked like he was ready to get it. But no, and that's the thing. As long as Cal's on the hill, and you don't know. I mean, how much longer we have him? 2, 3, 4 years. You
yeah,
you don't know. I mean, he's definitely coached. He's got more games behind him than he's got in front of him for
yeah,
sure. Um, but I mean, you've got Carter Knox, who's going to be an NBA player. You got Thomas Acuff. I mean, you're going to have Brazil, and I'm just naming a few off the top of my head.
yeah.
But I mean, there's going to be Richmond. This team's going to have an NBA team. You just got to ask yourself, and here's what could make a difference to get them over the hump to the national championship. Obviously, Acuff is going to be a top 10 pick,
Yeah.
maybe a top 5 pick. I've heard somebody say he could be a top 2 pick.
Yeah.
He's
There's
doing
people
that.
arguing for that for sure.
Yeah, I think Cal's one of them. But at one point, if you're like Thomas, Malik Thomas, at one point, are you like, it's worth it because he could be like the last pick of the first round, around that, maybe early second.
Yeah.
At what point is it more worth it to come back to college?
Yeah.
Let John Tyson pay you,
Yeah.
instead of, because I mean, who would be making more money, this
Yeah.
season? Nick Young going back and forth between, I mean, Nick Smith Jr. going back and forth between the G League on the Lakers,
Yeah.
or, Carter Knox.
Yeah.
I bet you Carter Knox is making more money than Nick Smith Jr.
I
right now.
wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, we're talking the actual playing of the game. So,
Yeah. No,
I got off on a tangent.
I would hope, but otherwise, you gotta like for this team that they came back against Texas like they did tonight,
Yeah.
and
But
because
by the way,
now Texas was a good matchup for us. Texas only goes about 8 deep. They don't have that. They can't throw the bench at us that Florida could, and they didn't have the big men. But Texas was a good team though. Texas was just a couple
they're
games
they're a very
ahead in
good
the
team.
standings.
And Acuff had another monster game. Had a dime, like a beautiful assist and dunk, by Brazil. Beautiful assist. Like he dunked on that big center they had, and the crowd started chanting, "Who's your daddy?"
Oh, nice,
And even Fishback was laughing.
nice.
He was cracking up because they're chanting, "Who's your daddy?" So it was a good crowd. They finished the season this Saturday at Mizzou.
Yep.
Arkansas has, you speaking of rest, they have clinched a double round bye for the NCAA for the SEC tournament.
And Clint, in the SEC tournament, I wouldn't play Acuff more than 25, 30 minutes.
Well, hard to argue with that logic.
And if you win the game, the first game, then so be it. But I would definitely 30 minminutes.
I mean, if you
I'd
if
have a
you
cap on it.
if you lose, let's say you play Kentucky in the first round, because Kentucky could be anywhere from the 4 seed to the 10 seed,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But let's just say, you play Kentucky and you lose to them in the first round.
Yeah.
You're the 5 seed.
Yeah.
You're a 5 seed. You're going to be a 5 seed.
Yeah.
Let's say you get hot and you win all of your tournaments and you win all the games. You win every one of them by 15 plus.
You're a 4 seed.
You're a 4 seed.
Yeah.
You're literally playing for nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe pad your season stats.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what you're playing for, and there's no point in it.
Yeah. To me, it's you never go out and listen. Don't get me wrong, folks. You never go out into a game saying I want to lose. You never do that. You still, if you're Cal, you get your players to play as hard as you can, but you give Wagner some more minutes. You give, a couple of the bench players, even our big 7 foot, uh, wherever he's from, Lithuania, wherever he's from, guy. Give him some minutes, okay? Whatever you do, but you try to get, you let them play, let them keep warm, give them enough minutes but just be smart with it and let some of those other guys play more of the minutes, and see what happens because you gotta save those legs, man. Especially, I mean, Acuff's still struggling with that ankle a little bit, even though he's playing well. He's
Yeah.
not able to practice like you'd like him to. So
Yeah, played another 36 minutes tonight. DJ Wagner's minutes were up to 30. Um, they had Sealy got 3 minutes, and then number zero he got in the game.
oh, okay, good.
So
Now,
um,
the big story coming out of the game, though, Clint, is finally,
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 Nolan's getting a statue.
dude, if there was ever something that was way past time, it is this. I mean, listen, me and Travis are old enough. We lived through the Nolan years. I remember them hiring Nolan.
Yeah,
I remember the polka dot ties. I remember suits and boots. I remember, I remember the Nolan era. And I also remember, the high winning the national championship. And then I remember, how angry Nolan was about things.
yeah,
And, you know, and here's the thing. We, you can get away with whatever you want as long as you're winning the basketball game and you're feeding the monster.
Yeah,
And Nolan was no longer feeding the monster.
that's right.
And when you have the success that he's had, you've got to feed that monster. And when he
Yeah.
was no longer getting fed, it's
Yep.
it changed things. And so I thought it was time for Nolan to be fired. Like I thought it was time for him to go.
Yeah.
And obviously I hated all the ugliness afterwards, and I don't want to get into that.
No.
Um, but there was some bad blood there, and then when they
Well,
brought,
and even if you're a Nolan fan, Clint, if you remember, he just didn't seem happy.
yeah,
I mean, every press conference he was frustrated and mad. Every one of them. And so you're like, man, maybe he needs to be fired just because that's best for him too.
yeah.
Even if you're
So,
sympathetic toward him.
but in mine and your last time, no other coach has accomplished what he has.
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay, we can talk about track, but no one watches track,
Well,
except for
and
weirdos.
and for people
Um,
our age, Clint, and like we talked about when we had, let's do a little name dropping here, when we had the great Oliver Miller on here.
yes, sir.
Our Razorback fandom really got big because of that 91, 92. Like we were Razorback fans before that, but there wasn't really that much to celebrate before that, right?
Well, there's a. So I heard this said, and I don't know where I heard it said, but around 14 years old, you
Yeah.
discover Saturday Night Live, and that cast becomes your cast. That's who you identify with.
Yeah.
Around 14 years old, Razorback basketball got really, really good.
Yeah.
It got really good, and me and Travis became new friends. I can't tell you how many times I was throwing the ball to Corliss, and I was out there pretending I was Oliver Miller or Dwight Stewart or
Yeah.
any of those players. Nolan's the one that got them there, and Nolan coached them. Nolan's defense was so good that they had to change the rules of the game
Yeah. That's right.
because the way he taught defense. Like literally, they were like, "We can't beat this. We've got to change the rules." That's what Nolan Richardson did.
Yeah.
Because you before they outlawed the hand check. I
Yeah.
mean, if you talk about the difference between being back-to-back national championships, it's that they outlawed the hand check
Yeah.
because that was what Corey Beck and them guys did. They had that hand check
Yeah.
and that press and the 40 minutes of hell. That's just the honest to goodness
And
truth.
and that, my friends, deserves a statue. And I'm so glad it's finally
Yeah.
happening.
If they
So
got to
glad.
change the rules of the game to beat you,
Yeah.
you deserve a statue
Yeah.
outside Bud Walton Arena. Nolan, well past due.
And by the way, the
You,
first coach to ever uh win was it junior college,
NIT,
NIT, and NCAA.
yeah,
So
won it. Yeah, so and
one of the best ever.
yeah, one of the greatest ever.
And a great guy. Just a great
And
guy.
and apparently had some colorful language
Yeah.
when getting out the best of Missouri.
Now I do
$40
want to
an hour.
tell one story.
Go
I
ahead.
was telling someone this tonight when I heard that. When we had Big O on here, we were asking about his recruiting.
Oh yeah,
And,
I love this one.
and I was like, so was it just because it was Nolan Richardson? That's why you came to Arkansas? He said, no. I think he said H no. But anyway, he goes, no. He said, that dude showed up in my house, had on some like red pants, cowboy boots, and ugly shirt. He said he talked all the time. he said, I just wanted to get out of Texas. So, but him talking about Nolan showing up dressed like that, and Nolan was known for his fashion, baby.
Yeah,
So I hope they put him in some. I mean, of course, it'll be a statue that he won't have color, but I hope that it's obvious that he's wearing some kind of like, you know, some kind of big collared shirt or something like that, and cowboy boots when they make the statue. Man, I hope that's what they do.
Nolan. If nothing else, you deserve a statue for making mine and Travis's high school years awesome.
That's right, dude. That's right for sure.
Yeah. I mean, 110%.
Now, Clint, there was this morning we started out the day with some other big news. And that
Yeah.
is a guy you mentioned already in the show,
Right. I did
Mr.
name drop
Mis-
him on purpose.
Mr.
I was trying to
Tyson.
give you a chance to segue, but you weren't ready. So,
No, we were still talking basketball then.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Um, but John Tyson is going to the Tyson logo is going to be on every uniform in every sport, not just basketball, not just football. Now, the NCAA passed a new rule, and I was disappointed listening to the buzz today that DJ Williams and Kevin Kelly had forgotten that this happened because they were like, I didn't even know they could do that. And I'm like, dude, they passed a rule where you can put two logos on any jersey. So schools can make money by doing that. Okay.
Mhm.
So um, one permanent one for, was it like a 10-year? Is it in,
Okay. Yeah,
was
yeah. I
it
think it's a 10-year contract.
a
Even.
10-year contract? I believe that's right. Um, now Tyson had some stipulations, Clint. 90% of the money is going to NIL to pay players, and not just basketball and not just football. It has to be equally spread to all the sports. So that I forget how much the contract's for. Was it 10 million, something like that?
I have no idea.
Something like I can't remember what it was. Whatever it's for, however much it is, he wants the 90% of it that's going to go to NIL to go to all the sports. So he wants all the Olympic sports, the women's sports, everybody to get it to be spread out, not just to like he's
No.
already given a lot to basketball. Okay, that's
Well, no,
already
I
happened.
mean, and it's awesome that he's doing that because I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, if you're talking about you're the women's gymnastics team, I mean, you think they're getting NIL money? I mean,
Yeah,
softball, the women, same thing with women's softball players, and I mean, I'm sure it's going for track and everything, all sports, but
yeah,
he is soccer. I mean, them guys ain't making any money. Of course,
yeah,
in the school's defense, it's not like they're bringing in money too. Basketball and football are money
yeah,
makers.
yeah. That's right.
And if you're at Arkansas, baseball's money makers. But you're good at what sports you're
But
good at.
actually, from what I'm hearing, baseball is struggling financially. Actually, even our baseball team is struggling financially, and
Well, and if you're producing the product and the revenue that team is, and you're still struggling financially,
yeah,
what's Virginia and Commonwealth doing? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
just so.
Well, here's the other thing I was thinking about today, Clint. So that's one of the patches, right? Here's what I think should happen with the other patch. Whoever it is, whatever company they end up getting to do the other patch, because they're going to sell the other patch to somebody. I would stick to a 1-year contract on those people, whoever it is. If it's JB
Yeah,
Hunt,
you give John Tyson whatever contract he wants.
yeah, you give that company. Tyson's a huge company, right? You give him the bigger space, whatever. On
Well, you think if they go to John Tyson in 2 years from now and go, okay, look, I know it was this, but it's really worth this.
yeah.
John Tyson wants the Razorbacks to win. He's going to pony up more
Well, and
money.
hopefully they put something in the contract to where they can renegotiate it, down the line. However, I do think the other one you keep to a 1 to 3 year contract on the other one, so that you can cycle through other companies. You can up it if you need to a lot easier. So I think that's what we'll probably see. To me, that would be the smarter business decision instead of doing now, unless Walmart comes in and says, well, if Tyson's going to do it, then we'll do a 10-year contract too. Then, of course, you put Walmart on your jersey.
Well, yeah, if Walmart ponies up the dough, then you go to business
Yeah.
with Wal. You do. I mean, because that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that's a different level. But we've been waiting for this as Arkansas fans for a while for the billionaire corporations to step up
yeah.
and pony up some dough, and it's finally happened. So that's good.
Well, and with all these things, okay, it sounds like people are getting behind Silverfield financially from what people are hearing. Trey Biddy and some others are hearing that.
Mm.
Um, you got to remember, and this made headlines in Mississippi. Mississippi did the same thing that Arkansas has done as far as not taxing NIL money. So you got that going for you. That's a, you know, you could say, well, our NIL contracts are worth more money in our state because, which Texas can do because there's no income tax.
Well,
But
crap, you remember Wade Wilson, the quarterback. You remember Wade Wilson?
yeah,
Jerry got him to sign with Dallas.
yeah,
And Jerry's sales pitch was there's no state income tax in Dallas, so you're going to make more money than you are over there.
yeah, yeah,
And you know what Wade Wilson did? He signed with Dallas.
yeah. And so now, of course, now Ole Miss can do that too because they just passed
Well,
it.
Mississippi State, and
They just passed it in
Texas, Texas.
Mississippi.
And
But
people are going to complain about that no matter which side of, just no matter which side of the political spectrum you're on. People are just going to complain
yeah,
about that. But it's one of them deals, hey, sports is business. And
yeah,
if Arkansas is good in football, it brings more revenue in the state because,
yeah.
I mean, the entire city, because if you sell out a 75,000 seat, what's the capacity of Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium?
76 something, I think.
76. So if you're selling up close to 80,000 tickets a game,
Yeah,
hotels are making more money, restaurants are making more money. That means the city of Fayetteville is making more tax revenue. The state of Arkansas is making more tax revenue.
yep.
It's just a good thing.
Oh yeah.
And so you've got to put yourself sometimes you got to spend money to make money. And I think that's,
All the gas stations on the freeway going to the stadium,
that's what I'm just saying. To me, it makes economic sense.
Yeah.
I mean, as a person who was employed in the state of Arkansas for a long time, that paid taxes in the state of Arkansas, I'm like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry, but I'm also not bringing
Well,
80,000 people to watch me manage a store
well,
either.
and the good thing about not to get political on here, but the good thing about it is a lot of leadership within the state and most states are trying to get rid of state income taxes anyway. They'd like to
Yeah.
get rid of them and be like Texas, and Tennessee's now done that, I think. So a lot of them are, and that's what, you know, not a big fan of our governor, but that's one of the things she said is, she was asked about it on the buzz one day, and she said, well, yeah, some may think that's unfair, but I'd like to get rid of income tax for everybody. At least we can stop it for this one. So, you know, hopefully they'll end up getting rid of it for everybody and we won't have to pay that. Anyway. Um, but here's the deal. That's enough of that.
There we go.
Let's go to baseball.
That's as political as we get. Now on to abortion. I'm joking. So
let's go to baseball.
baseball.
Tough one last week with
Yeah, I
Arkansas
mean,
State.
lost to Arkansas State, then you won the next game 1-0.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody was calling the buzz the next day, wanting to fire
Oh,
Nate
man.
Thompson again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was people on Facebook saying, "Can we trade for Arkansas State's batting coach?"
Everybody's probably like, Nate Thompson shouldn't even. If I was the coach, he wouldn't even make it to the locker room before I fired him. Blah blah blah.
Well, once again, look, man, I'm not trying to, hey, you can say we're trying to make excuses, and yeah, we kind of made excuses for the basketball team, but I threw out the truth that the defense is bad and stuff like that. But Clint, one of our pitchers that pitched last in that 1-0 game was throwing up in between innings. Camden Kozel was a like last minute scratch because he was throwing up sick. They had the flu was going around, and the guys were playing sick. Now, were they still struggling? Look, yes, they were struggling hitting big time. Our pitching wasn't terrible. I mean, it wasn't. Pitching's not bad, especially in that 1-0 game. But the hitting has been just, especially the bottom of the lineup. But one thing Van Horn did was he moved Souza to third and took Pompey out because he was struggling. He was on struggle bus. In fact, they took him to the eye doctor because they were thinking something was wrong with his eyes. He was missing the ball so bad, and watching third strikes and stuff like that. Like they were really worried about him. But everything was good with the eye doctor, and then he hit well. Was it today or yesterday they played? Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday. He ended up having a couple good at bats yesterday,
Yeah,
and
beat
coming off
Oral
the
Roberts
snide.
10-1, I believe.
Yeah, coming off the snide. Of course, everybody kind of hit good. And then the freshman shortstop also, he'd been hitting bad. You kind of thought they were going to leave him in no matter what, just for defensive, and they were going to, maybe try to keep, replace Pompey with Souza. But he's Pompey. Maybe that Oral Roberts game was just what he needed. So maybe he'll
Yeah,
start.
there's. I mean, it's still early in the season. I mean, what we're 10
Yeah,
games in now, or 12 games in. I think we're
something like
nine
that.
and three. Yeah, so I mean, it's concerning, but it's not time to panic yet. I
No.
mean, you want to hit better. I mean, this team had a lot of turnover, a
Yeah.
lot, but you got Camden Kozel and
Who's hitting in the high 300s?
high
You
300s.
got
You get
Aloy who's hitting 390 something.
you got Helfrich's just Helfrich.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the first Razorback off the board.
And by the way, Clint, what do you think of Kozel and Helfrich inspired the rest of the guys to go with face
I
paint?
was going to wait on you to bring it up because see now Travis has got an exclusive scoop here because he's got something I don't have and most likely you don't have. He's got Camden Cole's phone number.
Well, and as I sent him a text saying that enjoyed, I really like the eye black or the face paint. He said, yeah, he said it's the face paint's epic, and he sent back a gif of gif. How do you say that? Whatever of uh
Yeah, it's a
of Arnold
saucy.
Schwarzenegger putting on black paint and Predator. I thought that was funny.
So if you were going to send a GIF or GIF, whatever,
Yeah.
they didn't exist when we were in high school. If you were going to send like a thing, if you were going to Google an image to emphasize makeup, what are you going to use? What are you going
Well,
to?
if I'm going to
Because I would
connect
do
with
the
them,
road. I would probably do the Road Warriors.
I was going to say Road Warriors would probably be first, but if I was going to connect with Razorbacks, it would be Sasha Lancaster.
Yeah, Sasha Lancaster.
He was a
Yeah. I
madman.
sold him a mattress back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah, he was living in Jacksonville, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I sold him a mattress.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well,
yeah, there was another guy that
don't
played
be
running back was there, and
self-promoting.
he asked for a Razorback discount. Sasha he paid full price, didn't argue with me at
Oh,
all.
good.
So
Good.
thank you, Sasha. We
That's
appreciate
right.
it. No, that dude,
Well,
that was a scary dude.
so this week, Clint, the Razorbacks play. Do you know who they play this weekend?
I do not.
Stetson.
Stetson, make a fine cowboy hat.
Well, they make a pretty crappy cologne, to be honest with
I
you.
don't. I don't think it's crappy. I mean, I wouldn't. Do you wear cologne?
I used to wear body spray.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did. If you smell me, it's all natural.
All natural.
I,
That's right.
I put on deodorant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wear deodorant. Other than that, I don't wear any of that crap. I'm
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah. I do deodorant and body spray usually.
Freaking weirdo.
Yeah, I
Do
know.
you wear Axe?
No, it's not Axe.
Did
It's
you ever wear Axe?
um I've I've used the body wash before and I've used the deodorant, but I've never done I don't think
Funny
I think I
story.
did have some spray once.
My grandmother always gets just out the box gifts.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mama, mama Patsy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one year she had got me like this bod gift pack.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I am just not that type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm not, just never have been. I've never been a body spray, cologne type guy. It's just, I don't see the point.
Yeah.
So, but me and Ann had been dating for a while, and I was starting to stay at her house sometimes. And so it got to the point I just, you know what, I'm gonna take this up there so I have some body wash and stuff while I'm there.
Yeah.
And her son was like 8, 9 at the time.
Yeah.
And so he went in to use it. And he went in the bathroom and saw that. He's like, "Oh, I got to use this." And
Yeah.
she sent me a text like, "He came out smelling like a little man." Like,
Nice.
yeah, come out and used all that bot. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. He could use all of it. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just get me some Old Spice body wash or something. I don't need
Yeah.
that. So what body spray do you use, Travis? I'm intrigued now.
I have some Nautica. I have
Nautica? Yeah.
some Calvin Klein.
Oh,
Um, I got some bougie stuff.
I need a loan, Travis. Come on,
I
man.
got some.
Come
No,
on.
it's not that expensive, but
No, I'm joking with you,
it's,
buddy.
it's
Yeah,
better than Axe or Old Spice, a little bit better.
yeah, because I just didn't know, if you had the problem with the women attacking you like that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying whatever I can, dude.
Yeah,
Farmers only ain't getting
it's
much
it.
action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you what, I tell you, you need to get you some Axe body spray, a members
That's
only
right.
jacket,
That's
maybe
right.
some
That's
parachute
right.
pants. I don't know.
That's a parachute, man. Heck yeah, dude.
I mean, that's bringing it back right there. Some Axe body spray and members only jackets and some
Yeah.
parachute pants.
Maybe I need to get me some Stetson or some Brute by
Yeah.
Fabergé.
Oh, okay. About the baseball game now.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, they play Stetson. Another game we should pad some stats. Let's go on. Let's move on from baseball. Don't fret too much on this team. The bats are coming around. Pepe, we got our shortstop. Yeah, we're worried about him a little bit, but he's young, 19 years old. Pepe is gonna come around. He was a good hitter at whatever school he was at last. He's a guy that his bat's gonna come around, I think. And I think we saw the start of that yesterday, and I think we'll see him come off the schneid there. Now, the other big story, Clint, from this weekend was the NFL Combine
Oh yeah.
that had some Razorback flair.
No,
Now,
and we had some Razorbacks show out.
now here's the big thing, right? Here's where my mind goes after the combine that we saw. Okay, Clint? And here's where it goes. What a failure last season was.
Boy, yeah, with the performance that Talon put on.
Now that's the obvious headline, right?
Right.
Talon and Washington's performance.
But
You had a
Carmona looked good.
you had 4-3-3 and 4-3-6 in the same backfield. Two guys that had two of the best workouts ever by people at their position overall, right?
No, two guys that really improved their stock.
For sure. And ended up becoming the talk of the combine, both of them.
I mean, Green put himself from late day 2 to early day 3. From a late day 3, like he was going to be a 6th round draft pick. I bet he's gone in the 4th.
He could be very much so.
That's and I think Julian Neal is going to be a 2nd rounder. They say he's got himself.
Well,
Um,
and here's the other point I want to bring up before we get into their individual performances,
yeah.
Clint. Think about this. I heard someone bring this up today. We had 6 players in the combine, all that are legitimate draft. Like they may go late. Okay, our boy Campbell didn't have the best. Like he was pretty slow, like one of the slowest defensive linemen. But he's still got enough tape that he's probably going to get drafted. He's talented enough. He's going to get drafted. Sori's got some terrible tape. He's the one to me that's the least likely to get drafted at all. Carmona is going to get drafted by somebody. He's got enough good tape. Neal, like you said, 2nd round, had a good, he's got size, he's got speed, he's got what you want. Clint, there's been a lot of years where we had better teams at Arkansas that we didn't have but 2 or 3 players make it to the combine.
Trav, I go back to my high school experience, and you were on that or sophomore year team,
Yeah.
and and but you also knew the guys in my senior year. And that may be because I was young on one and older on the other. But to me, that sophomore team that went 2-8, I believe,
Yeah.
had so much more talent than my team that went 7-3.
Yeah.
They just did. But it's just like the difference was is that we cared more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but see, here's the thing. Outside the Notre Dame game, no one just shellacked you.
No.
You were in every game. I think that just shows how deficient our coaching was.
And see, and
And how
that's
deficient, I think it's a combination of coaching and chemistry.
yep.
It is what it was. And I think you had, I'm going to say, I think Sam Pittman somewhere along the way lost confidence
Yeah.
and started second guessing himself. And I think he brought us back from a very bad spot, and that's what we'll remember him. But I think for the last several seasons, Arkansas has underachieved.
Yeah.
Going back to the season after the 9-4 season, that 6-6 season with KJ Jefferson, I just think this team just is underachieved, and now you got to hope that they can start achieving. But some outstanding performances by a lot
Yeah.
of the
And I got in a conversation with John Neighbors on X. He had posted about he said, boy, a coach that shall not be named on this podcast could really recruit speed, talking about Green and Washington. And I said, yeah, maybe he could recruit speed, but that didn't translate into wins. And then we got in a whole conversation about how, and he said, and we agreed. I mean, he agreed with me. And he said, oh yeah, I said, we spent all our money, most of our money, and we had talented players on offense, and we put up some good stats, but stats don't translate to wins. Okay, you know, Russell Westbrook put up some good stats, but he never won. He hasn't won a NBA championship. Okay, so uh, and he said, you're right. He said this team had the talent to win 6 or 8 games. And that's the hindsight. And that's one of the things that watching those performances, Taylon Green has so much talent, but I think his offensive coordinator was not the right guy. I think he was just the wrong fit to motivate him. I think he had him playing scared because of his leadership style. I think Taylon wanted someone to coach him hard. I think because he said that he wanted someone to push him, but when they did that, he didn't respond well. He played scared. He overthought. He didn't hit his check down. The big negative for Mike Washington is on film, he doesn't have a ton of receiving. He caught like 20 something passes all year. Now, those 20 something passes, he looks good. He should have caught a lot more because Green should have checked down to him a lot more.
yeah.
And this team offense would have been a lot better if Green would have done that. But you gotta love it. Did you see Washington on the sideline crying after he?
Yeah, no, I mean he knew what he did. And he knew how big it was. And what's crazy was that was our second choice to the running back position last year.
Yeah,
He wasn't the first choice. And I think did I see right that they had him projected in the late second round now? Is that who it
I
was?
think so. Some think he may. They think he could end up being the second running back taken. Some
Yeah.
a lot of people think.
So yeah, so I think you got three guys that are definitely going to get drafted. Green, Washington, and Neal are going to get drafted. I haven't seen Carmona's draft stock. I know he did well in the combine.
Well, he did all right. He did. I
Yeah.
mean, Carmona, Ball, and Sorey were just middle of the pack to bottom of the pack in most of the drills, and they're but they still, I think they're talented enough. I think especially Ball, Sorey is going to struggle when they watch the film because he was one of
No, and
those
I
guys that sit back and watch guys run by him a couple times. And those highlights, if they make it on game film that
yeah,
the scouts are watching, are not going to look
yeah.
good for him.
Yeah. So, Trav, what do you think our record should have honestly been this year?
I think we should have won at least six.
No, I mean, I think we, this team had the talent to win 9 to 10 games. It just did.
Yeah,
It,
I
if,
think I think they had the talent. I think the depth. I
yeah,
think what
I
neighbor
think
said, 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
you only played 2 teams that I think were, I mean, look, I mean, freaking Ole Miss was literally in the Final Four.
Yeah,
And,
they almost
and
had them
we
beat.
had and we were driving down to beat them and we turned the ball over. I mean,
Yeah,
that was the story of this team's downfall was just turnovers. You take care of the ball, you win a lot more football games. And who knows if you go into that Notre Dame game 3-0, who knows what the record is? I mean, what the
it's
score is.
it's probably
I don't
not
think
as
they'd be,
ugly. It's probably at least not as ugly as what we got.
well, the team would, I think, would have. It was like that team showed up that day with a mission like, let's get Sam Pittman fired,
Yeah,
was the way they played.
yeah, you're right. Sadly,
Well, Travis,
that's
I'm always right. That is my curse. That is my curse. So, Trav, what number is this one now? What's the podcast number? We
I
like
think two
three
thirty
something.
six, something like that.
336,
236, 236.
236, 336. Only 100 more to go.
Yeah,
Do we get to 336? What we talk about on 237? We have no idea.
yeah,
Probably
that's right.
Razorback nonsense.
But so you're ready for it, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah,
You should
I'm ready.
probably
I'm ready for 337,
you
Travis.
should
I'm not
probably
even
subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe to it, and
Probably
that way
like it.
when we drop 338
That's right.
and 339, 340. Heck, we've even dropped 350.
That's right.
350.
You never know.
350.
Did you like, subscribe, share a lot.
350.
Share a lot, folks.
Share a lot. Tell your friends. Tell your friends'
That's right.
friends.
That's right. Let them all know. Let
Let
them
them know about it.
all know. Well, Clint, one last thing. What you
Yes,
watching?
sir. What am I watching? I've been watching a bunch of nonsense, Travis. I just get on YouTube and I just listen to the same songs. Been
Okay.
listening to a lot of Saturday Night Live songs, believe it or not.
Okay.
I mean, I love, yeah, a lot of Lonely Island stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know, I don't know what's wrong with me, Travis. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I'm still watching a lot of wrestling. Still a little salty because the ticket prices have gotten so stinking high.
Yeah.
They just priced it where people can't go. I'm not willing to pay what I. I'm not willing to pay what for a seat that I'd be willing to pay to get in the building. Just
Yeah.
not.
Well, Clint, I've been watching. Um, I'm going to throw it a couple that I've talked about before out there, but The Pit,
I knew you were going to bring up the pit.
it's the best show on TV.
Yeah.
It's the best show on TV.
Have you
Hands
watched any
down.
of the new Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville?
I have. I've been watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I've been watching. I've been liking that. Now, I was watching on YouTube the other day. Um, did you know that Johnny Knoxville actually chose Jackass over Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, I didn't know that. But I heard something about the same interview. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He had originally. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Tell your other
Well,
one,
and
Travis.
the other one is, and you need to watch this, Clint, is Extracted.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's a survivor, like a like people survive outdoors or whatever, and they have two family members or friends that stay like at a headquarters, and they have to interact, they have to do things, they can send them things at different times, and they live out like and there's bears involved, fishing, all that kind of stuff.
So what you're saying is I'd be on the show like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty, but in a lot of, but these people aren't like alone. We've talked about on here before. They're trained survivalists, right? These are not
Right.
trained survivalists.
Right.
Like this one girl that was on there, she's like a beauty queen, like former beauty queen. She's older now and stuff, trying to get her. But like, you know, these are people that are not trained survivalists, okay? And then their family members and stuff have to sometimes compete, sometimes argue about who deserves certain things. They backstab each other, the other families, so there's drama going on at headquarters. And of course, the people don't know, like, they can't talk to their people that are out there, but they can watch video of them all the time. And so, and then every now and then they can send them like notes that's involved in some of the stuff they do. But anyway, it's a neat show. It really is. So if you get a chance to watch it, check it out. I think it's on Fox or something. So anyway,
Yeah, just Google it and it'll show up.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching, listening.
Bye, everybody. I'm armed. It's in the concrete.
Have a great week. See you, Clint. Peace.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy.